Hello guys, what is up? It's myself. Welcome back to my channel. Whoa, I don't know where to start with this video. So as you guys can tell by the title, this is a little story time of my foot surgery, and this is my story and this is my experience. So without further ado, let's just get started. So as many of you do not know, I think this is relevant to tell you, but I am a Mexican folklorico dancer. Of course, like any other person, I have tried a lot of different styles of dance, but folklorico has always been my passion. If you follow me on Instagram, little shout out, to myself. If you guys follow me on Instagram or any social media, I always post about it, and I always post like my pictures. I always post how much I love it, my passion, and this and all that skedaddle. So my journey started when my foot journey started when I was about 13. When I was about 13, I started to grow bunions on my feet, and they were like really small. So my mom took me to the doctor, the pediatrician. So she took me to the foot doctor, and the foot doctor was like, well, she's a little too small for the surgery because she's barely growing. She's, even though I've been the same height since I was probably 8, no shame in being 5'1", everybody, no shame. Anyway, so I have always, had trouble with shoes. They've always been wide. Of course, I'm not going to insert, any pictures because I obviously don't have any because I'm not a foot fetish person. So I don't have pictures. So anyway, if you guys don't know what a bunion is, it's basically the bone that sticks out on the side of your big, like for example, this is your foot and this is like your big toe. You have like this bone here that sticks out, and that's what makes your feet wide. And for people, it doesn't affect them. I see a lot of ballet dancers that have it, and they usually just put like a divider for their toe, and that's how they go on point and stuff. But for me personally, it was very effective only because my mom never gave me a chance to wear actual like orthopedic shoes like my sister did, like my other siblings. The only one that only had it was my sister, but my sister never had that problem. I don't think she has one, but I got it mostly from my dad because I think it's hereditary, because a lot of my dad's family has it. But like my dad has it, but it didn't affect the way it did on me. So when as I grew older and older, my mom was like, you know what, like up to here, we have to go take you. And such a long story, I'm telling you. Okay, so the month of April, I think. So the month of April, we went to a checkup to go, check out, how it's gonna work out, how it's gonna be, and this and that. So the foot doctor specifically told me that my feet, if I were to wait much longer, then my feet would have like gone over like this, because a normal person's foot is like this, and my foot started going this way because of my big bunion and my toe. And ever since like I started, I've been dancing my whole life, but a couple years ago it started hurting once in a while. And after I had, once in a while it started hurting and this and that. And sometimes like I would put it like in ice water, or I would put my feet in like, it wasn't just like my bunion, it was also my whole foot. But sometimes like my bunion would start to hurt a lot. So I would put it in like warm water with Epsom salt. And that's usually what helps. It would usually go away for a little bit, and then after every practice it would come back for 2 hours. It was just terrible. And after my big concert in June, it hurt for about a couple days after that, and it was terrible. My mom would always look at me and she'd say, we need to get this done now. So back to going in April. in April we went and we figured out, you know, what's going on. So basically what they would do is a microsurgery. It's called a microsurgery. That's the way I would say it in Spanish to English. I mean, yeah, Spanish to English. Microsurgery, that's what it's called or something. And so like you just go under your skin and you just like, I think you don't break the bone, I think you fracture it or you shave it, I don't know. So basically you cut, like, you know, you cut it. And it was just a long process that he told us about. And so he like made me stand and he made me do all this stuff. And he's like, he looked at my feet and he's like, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a dancer and I also did like a lot of classical ballet with that. And he said, oh, well, I could see your feet. That's why my feet were, my toes are kind of like weird. And he's like, you have dancer feet. And I'm like, okay. And I remember him telling me that it was very, it wasn't good because when I would walk like inside and just a lot of stuff. So fast forward to June 28th, which was my last dance concert. A little side note, the reason why I'm retired a little bit from dancing is because I am transferring to another school, because if you can tell on my social media, like I graduated from my 2 years, so I'm transferring out. And my plan, you know, was supposed to finish in June, you know, finished last year, and I felt really sad. And then July 4th weekend happened, and then the weekend after was the week that I had to prepare for it. So during the week, it was July 10th, I went to Tijuana, I went to go get my physical done. So I did my physical. The next day, I couldn't eat for anything 24 hours, which really did suck. And I couldn't drink any water, nothing. And so they didn't put me under, but it was more like they put me anesthesia. And so I basically knocked out, and I was like, so beautiful. It was the best sleep I've ever had in so long. So they put me under that, and I was like super groggy and gross. And like after they put my feet in like these like bandages, socks things, I don't remember, and they put me in these big huge shoes, and I started walking out. And so after I texted my boyfriend and I was like, hey, I got new feet. And so he replied and he's like, go to sleep. Anyway, so like I went to sleep and we crossed or whatever. I got home. I couldn't walk for an entire weekend. Actually, technically I was supposed to walk like the day after my surgery, but my mom was like, no, we're not gonna walk. So I had to walk. I had to use a walker, so I was like strolling in the walker. And I went back on that day on Monday, because it was on Monday, because I technically only had school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I had a summer class to advance. So I went back on Monday, and they were like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be walking. And they were like, kind of like, what are you doing? And so they put new bandages on them because they had to protect my stitches. So they would like tighten it, and they would bring like my toe, since my toe was like this, they would be my toe like this. So all of my toes could be like this together. And so they would tighten it, and that was my first checkup. And they put my big old shoes. And so these are beautiful shoes. And I had to put this like between my toes. So that's what happened, and I started walking. I started walking that Monday. I came back. Tuesday I started walking slowly. I started being like normal again. Checkup came up. My second checkup came up the week after, and I got rid of some of my stitches. And so some of my stitches didn't want to come off yet, so I couldn't, and I only got a couple of them off. And now my doctor made a bandage, but she made it a little bit looser. So I would start walking, and it would start to hurt really bad. But if you can put up with the pain, then you're gonna be fine. I have heard so many stories about getting this removal and this surgery. but I think that it's best if you get it done if you can now than later. I think I am blessed that I got rid of them before my feet got worse. And I was very glad and happy that, I was glappy. I was so glappy that my parents and my siblings were there to support me, and not just like my immediate family, but like my extended family and friends who came to support me and were there for me. And I didn't want people to feel bad for me. I wanted people to like, I mean, I would obviously like ask people like, oh, they would ask me, how are you doing? And I'd say, oh yeah, I'm pretty good. You know, I wouldn't say I'm in pain because nobody wants to hear that. And I have my pain medicine, so it didn't really affect me. And for like the longest time, when I would take off my shoes and I would put my feet up, they were like purple because of my blood circulation had to continue again. And then like after 2 weeks later, I got all of my stitches off completely. And now it's been the second week since my last checkup, and my feet are like all like actually I'm wearing these like Beat Salon ones because like, but like these are my feet and there's nothing going on now. I am so happy and blessed that I got rid of them. And so that's like, it feels amazing because now I can wear regular shoes. My sandals and my heels can look so pretty. I feel so awesome. Although sometimes like it hurts only because your bone is starting to come back together. It's starting to form again only because they moved a lot of nerves and bones. And sometimes once in a while I can walk, but then there's some days where I have to like lift my feet up. So currently right now, my next checkup is next week, the last completely off, and that's when I get to not wear these shoes anymore. That's when I get to wear my normal shoes again and be a normal human being. Even though I have been, but I have not been for a month, you know, so there's that, so, you know. So, yeah, that's basically my story. It's pretty long. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be really long. But, other than that, like, this process wasn't that bad. I think that as long as you have people who are there to support you and love you and give you all the attention they can, then I think it's worth it. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I am, I don't know, foot surgery survivor, so I don't know. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed my story. And I really hope you guys, like this video. You know, if you guys, you know, this is the really raw video of me telling you what my life consisted of half of the summer. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you want to see more of my face again. And let's not talk about foot surgery. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to start seeing my back to school videos. So without further ado, oh wait, by the way, if you guys have any more questions, then you guys can comment down below any questions you guys have. So I would be gladly to answer all of your questions because I obviously, you know, I'm back in the YouTube game. Kind of, you know, slowly getting there. But yeah, if you guys really enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe below. Make sure that button is not red. And thanks for watching. Bye!